So at first, you didn't like Trick Daddy at
I didn't
first?
like
No,
the
she
gold
did not.
teeth.
She
You
didn't
didn't like the teeth?
No, she didn't like the teeth.
Well, they're out now, so don't
She didn't like the
teeth.
She didn't like that he smoked. She didn't like nothing.
I ain't gonna lie. I like a little thug or whatever, but he was a big, like a thug.
It was too.
I gave her everything when we was married, but I ain't never felt appreciated not one goddamn time.
The most important lesson I learned? Mess with the chick that like you, not the one you like. The one you like, you're gonna accept all kind of stuff out of it. And y'all know it's true. You're gonna accept all kind of stuff, but you never accept off another chick. And it might be another chick right next door that like you and gonna do everything and keep you right. But you rather mess with this pretty girl over here that's giving you all kind of problems, you dig? That's how the world goes. Not just with the pimp and the whole game. A lot of people have a tendency, the right people they're supposed to treat right, that's loyal and dedicated, they overlook it and they treat the other people right. That mean them no good, no intention.
That's my white boyfriend.
Yeah.
My boyfriend-in-law. And I'm his girlfriend husband, so I'm his husband-in-law. And we need to get along. You need to take care of my wife. They need to do what they need to do.
You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA. When you legally marry a woman, it is pretty much a trap, a financial trap, a personal space trap, a growth trap. Because moving forward beyond that point, everything you do, you must consider that woman. And you must consider that you and that woman are now a unit that must move cohesively in order for anything you put your hands on to prosper. Now, the one thing you can't control or determine is how long that woman is going to buy into the process. And that doesn't matter how great your process is. At some point, the woman can just buy out of it.
It doesn't feel like you, because you guys have been separated for a while. So you do you, she does her thing, right?
And leave it like that.
So you just want to just stay married?
She going to hell with me, that's adultery.
God damn, Trick.
That's adultery.
I don't understand it.
Mercy.
Well, I know, but I allow her to date.
Okay.
But now, I need to start evaluating these dudes who you mess with, because these is my boyfriends and husbands-in-law. I'm his your boyfriend, I'm his husband-in-law.
I got a boyfriend-in-law. That's crazy.
Because that's my wife boyfriend.
Yeah.
My boyfriend-in-law. And I'm his girlfriend husband, so I'm his husband-in-law. And we need to get along. You need to take care of my wife. They need to do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. That's just like I'm messing with a married woman.
Mm-hmm. Now, why would you do that, Trick?
I would do that because they do that. They did it to me too. I got the $40.
Give it to me.
God damn. I gave her everything when we was married, but I ain't never felt appreciated not one goddamn time. You
need to get out the car because we not finished. Get out the car.
I'm not getting out the car. I'm about to pull off.
You done got real cheap. Take your cheap ass on. $40. You cheating, bitch.
I gave her everything when we was married, but I ain't never felt appreciated not one goddamn time.
Now, when you hear a man speak this way, it's almost one of these things where it's not a joke, it's not funny, but he has to laugh to keep from crying, so he has to make it a joke. And many men are in this situation when it comes to this legal marriage in the United States, man. I tell women all the time, you can be my wifey type, but you will not have any legal paperwork tying you to me or anything that I'm building. You can enjoy the life with me, but when it's time for you to go, you got to go. And you got to go with what I decide you're worthy of. I'm not playing that game. And many men who have played that game before are in doubt. Why do you think Diddy never married anyone? Too much to lose. You know, there weren't many Beyoncés around, so it's hard to have a certain amount of paper and, marry a woman who can contribute enough for you to feel like she's worth her weight in gold or she's worth the cost of having her around. And not just the financial cost, the mental and emotional cost, the physical cost, the spiritual cost. So I say this to you men as well. As you begin to make more money, you realize that there aren't as many women who make six figures as they say. They want you to look at these numbers, but when you get to a certain point, you start to realize that, no, there are plenty of professional women who don't make six figures. I'm talking about after taxes. Now, if you gross 100,000, you're not bringing that home. I'm talking about there are very few women who bring home 100,000 or better. You understand what I'm saying? There are many who make it salary-wise, gross-wise. I make 110 a year. No, you don't. You only make what you bring home. And when you really think about that, it is very hard to put yourself in a position where if you legally marry a woman, she's going to be worth it. You have a few men who've done it, but those were men who married a woman who had a lot. And those women are just, you don't find them often unless they made their money off of you or made their money through their connection to you. But what this really says is that this will browbeat a man so bad, beat him down so badly, that when it's time for him to move on, he can't. Now, a lot of this also has to do with your lifestyle. You can't be out here partying, and drinking, and smoking, and doing all of that all the time, and spreading yourself around with all these different women all over the place, because it's going to rob you of your testosterone. It's going to rob you of your youth. It's going to incapacitate you physically. It's going to incapacitate you mentally, and it's going to incapacitate you emotionally, and especially spiritually. So you're going to be in a situation where when you look up, you're going to hit the wall. You're going to be like, I don't have better options than my wife who doesn't want to be with me, but I'd rather keep her. At least I have somebody. At this point, he realizes that he can't do any better than his wife, or at least that's his mindset. He's wrapped his mind around the concept that he can't do better than his wife. And perhaps he can't. Because when you really think about it, man, you have to take care of yourself. All you young men, I'm telling you now, man, don't be out here wasting your young years. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically. If you just stay in pretty good health, you can always bring yourself back. You can't let yourself go and just become a total lard ass. But you can kind of just hold it in the road physically because your metabolism is working with you at a young age. But you can't allow yourself to just go to nothing. You can't allow yourself to just go to the point where you got to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? As long as your wood work, you should never have to pay to play. Now, the lifestyle that you lead is going to draw some women to you, but that's fine. It's your lifestyle. There's nothing you can do about your lifestyle. If you live a fly lifestyle, what you going to do? Have another life that's terrible and then bring a woman to that one? No, your life is what your life is. But I'm talking about paying away. I'm talking about cashing them out. So I tell you, men, this is a great warning, and this is a great cautionary tale. When you put yourself in this situation, you got to be ready to do the right thing. You can't marry a woman and tell her, okay, it's just me and you, and keep running her through the gamut, keep running her through the cheating, keep running her through the lying. And for all men who say men can't cheat, then I don't even trust guys like you, because you're basically saying that you don't have the intestinal fortitude to be honest with your woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you may have no spiritual astuteness. Like, you're taught young, be honest. And so by the time you're a grown man, you should at least be willing to be honest to the people that you're trying to enter into any type of serious situations with, whether that's personal or business. The problem is, too many of you men are too worried about what you're going to lose and not worried about what the other party going to gain by dealing with you. I don't never worry about what I'm going to lose with a woman. I worry about what she going to gain with me. Instead of worrying about me, what I got to do to make sure I don't lose her, I'm trying to make sure she do what she got to do to deserve me. And that may sound a tad bit cocky. It is. It may sound a tad bit pompous. It is. That's just the way I view my life. And the only person that has to approve of that is me. And so any woman who's going to be around me has to understand that we will never get to this point where I'm going to allow you to go and have boyfriends and call them my boyfriend-in-laws because I don't want to lose you. I would rather keep you. This is the most illogical thing I've ever heard, and it comes from the fact that a man knows he's let himself go to the point of no return.
He's let himself go to the point of no return.
I want you men to understand this, man. When I tell you these things, I'm telling you from experience, and I'm telling you from watching other men's experience. And this never fails. This is fail-safe and foolproof. If you allow yourself to be in a situation where you're tied to a woman scorned and you've let yourself go to where you can't do any better, you're going to be inclined to keep that woman no matter what she does. And that's what Trick Dad is dealing with right now. Joy doesn't want to be with him. He don't want to be with her. He don't even like her. He just has so much to lose in a divorce. And at some point, I say this to you men, divorce is always going to be costly for you as a man. But let's say if you're with a woman for 10 years and then you divorce her. Okay, by year 15, you kind of you building yourself back up. Let's say you're with a woman for 20 years, but you wanted to divorce her 10 years in. That means 20 years later, you stuck. You can't look and say, I can rebuild 20 years. That's why the very moment you realize that the situation ain't working for you, man, you got to get out of it. You can't allow yourself to be stuck in a situation that you know doesn't fit into your life and you know that you don't fit into, regardless of who benefits from it, regardless of who's going to be harmed by you leaving or who's going to be affected negatively by you leaving. The thing is, whatever don't kill you, make you stronger. So if it don't take them out, then it's going to make them stronger. They're going to learn valuable lessons just like you are. And so I say this to you men, don't put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of in 30 seconds to 3 hours. If it takes longer than 3 hours to get out of a situation, don't put yourself in it. Now, of course, we're not talking about, well, what do you got a mortgage or we ain't talking about that. You understand? Y'all know what we're talking about. We're talking about things that you have to glean the benefit out of. See, marriage ain't something that automatically benefits you. You got to glean the benefit out of marriage. As a man, you have to glean marriage to get the benefit out of it. A woman gets instant benefit out of marriage, man. So when a woman says, well, men get all the benefits in marriage, they're just delusional. Nothing could be further from the truth. Because for the most part, men don't get any benefits in marriage. Unless you ain't got no money, then you don't get no benefit in marriage, man. Because 9 times out of 10, in this day and age, you and the woman already being intimate, so you don't even get, oh, I'm finally we gonna go on this honeymoon, I'm finally finna get it. Nope, you already been getting it. Man, I'm not even taking no woman on no honeymoon, man. We already being intimate. The purpose of the honeymoon, here's the purpose of the honeymoon. The woman never been with nobody. You never been with her because she ain't never been with nobody. The honeymoon, you get to go ahead and have her and be her first. If you're not her first, there is no honeymoon. It's just a trip you paying for because she won't go on a trip. It's a part of her bridezilla experience. So a lot of these things that we deal with today, especially when it comes to relationships, are antiquated and outdated. And some of them are even archaic. And we just need to leave them alone, man. As men, we have to understand that, yes, a woman may control who she's intimate with, but we as men control how far that goes. If it stays friends with benefits, if it goes into a deeper relationship, if it goes into a marriage, we determine that. There ain't no woman finna get married if a man don't say, will you marry me? Or put a ring on her finger, however he gonna do it. I don't recommend you drop down on one knee. But either way, man, I say, use this as a cautionary tale to know that there's no way and no reason for you as a man to get caught up in a situation like this where you feel so tied to a woman, whether financially or mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever, that you feel like the best thing for you to do is just let her go be with other men but still be your wife. So she got boyfriends, but she's your wife. She's somebody's girlfriend, but she's your wife. Man, that's foolishness. Don't do it to yourself, young homies. Keep yourself in good enough shape in all those areas that I just named, so you'll never have to be in this situation. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her.